Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, The Truth Hurts. I'm Andrew the Love Doctor, and I specialize in breakups with catching people creeping, lying, and cheating in relationships. Today I'm going to be discussing red flag number 244, trusting therapists. I swear to God, you can't make this shit up. Please watch red flag number 169, added stress to PTSD, to thoroughly understand what I'm addressing. This video will be paraphrasing the Lego Batman movie. Those that seen the movie and know DC Comics will catch the jokes within this serious matter. Are you ready to follow Love Doctor and maybe learn a few lessons in life along the way? Lesson number 1. The people you trust are the ones to betray that trust. After betrayal, you embrace the concept of trust no one, even God himself. I'm in a very dark place right now. This is normal dealing with a narcissistic discard. You hurt for so long, you think something is seriously wrong with you. But it's not what you think. You just experienced a demonic mind fuck that the human mind wasn't created for. Your monsters will laugh at you, but fuck them. They don't care about the damage they caused. If they were in your position, it would be worse for them. Someone said to me, and I quote, "If this dude did to you what you did to him, you will have an all-expense-paid trip to Bitterland." Prime example. When my monster's second husband left her, she lost 10 years sobriety off crack, so she claimed, and been dirty ever since. Ignorant people always feel you're crazy because you're hurting. Never do they consider it's added stress to an already stressed mind. Factors that you are too embarrassed to mention to anyone. Valentine's Day, I was made a fool of during a marriage proposal. March 1st is my birthday that I no longer celebrate because my dearly departed mother's birthday is March 2nd. The day after. And the legal documents I'm presently working on my job are all dated March 2nd. Depression is overwhelming me, and I need professional help. So I went to the hospital to get a thorough checkup, body, mind, and soul. I can't use the therapist from the conventions panel because that will be a conflict of interest. After the physical exam, I discussed my narcissistic discard. Shocked at my story, Doc said Lilith has psychological issues. Duh! I don't need you to tell me that. Many hospitals are hands-on training facilities where student doctors, called student residents, complete their credits. So they're not experienced. Narcissism is a new phenomenon. So many doctors don't know. It is your responsibility to get a therapist that knows. I asked one question during my evaluation. How do you know I'm not lying? She said, "You don't see lies in your eyes. You see pain. Someone hurt you bad." I was schooling this psychiatrist. She was asking me questions on the behavior during the evaluation. Her boss was concerned with the results because I got the highest score she has ever seen. This doctor was so old, if she blew a fart, dust instead of gas will come out. So my situation must be severe. I'm like, okay, so what are we going to do now? I need a second opinion We need to go to the emergency room. Well, we need to go there. Why can't he come here? Because that's where the lead psychiatrist is. I agreed, so we went to the emergency room. During the ER intake, I find out I'm being admitted for suicide and murder. What the fuck? Red flag. If you ever catch yourself saying what the fuck, run! Red flag. You must have discipline and self-control. If you get ghetto, you'll look crazy and they'll lock you up. Run! The doctor that brought me there was saying, don't be nervous. You're making me nervous. I immediately started acting like James Bond. James always have an exit plan ready in case things go bad. And I'm looking at all the doors and exits. I'm sizing up everyone around me because I'm ready to fight my way out to get home. One good thing about security guards, they're always old motherfuckers that can't hold a fart, much more hold themselves in a fight. I'll go through them motherfuckers like Wonder Woman through a German army. Red flag. In situations like this, always call someone and let them know what's going on. Then run! I was sitting in the chair when I got there. Now they're bringing me a bed. I see what you're doing. You're trying to make me comfortable so I can get stupid. And in this case, stupid is spelled S-T-O-O-P-I-D because the correct spelling would diminish the insult. They're trying to entrap me, but it's not going to work. Then the nurse brings me a gown to put on. I calmly said, I'm not putting on any gowns. This is just procedure. I'm not putting on any gowns. Sir, it's just for procedure. You don't have to worry. Miss, you're not hearing me. I'm not putting on any gowns. I'm here to speak to a doctor. He can speak to me with my clothes on. This is not a physical exam. He's just conversing with me. Red flag. Never. Never ever let them take your clothes. Because then you will be marked as a patient. If you go outside with that blue gown and your ass showing, wearing your wristband, you're going to look like Looney Bin Jim. Someone is going to see you in the street, call the police, and you're going to get locked up and sedated. You can't run at this point. 2 nurses stood with me. I guess now I'm on suicide watch. I told them my story. And my story pissed them off. One nurse was married for 30 years, had 3 grown children, comes home one day from work to find everything in the house gone. Husband left her for another woman. Only to find out later on, the woman he left her for was the woman on her job that she trained. So yes, she said, I can understand wanting to kill someone. I gained more respect when they found out I was a life coach on YouTube, an author of 3 books, and a director of a convention on mental health. They sided with me and made me as comfortable as they could, bringing me dinner because I was there since 9 a.m. and it's now 5 p.m. They were cussing Lilith out, encouraging me to continue doing what I'm doing. The other nurse showed me the psych room 4 feet away. She said, you showed intelligence when you didn't change clothes. So you're not crazy. Your gown would have been yellow, not blue. You're wearing an ankle bracelet that would set off alarms if you attempted to escape. Just like the patient right there. I thought, oh shit. They're trying to recruit me for Suicide Squad. Ready to put me into the Phantom Zone. Throw me into the asylum with Harley Quinn. The nurses warned me to stay sharp and don't trust these doctors. And never say kill, because if something happens to Lilith now, cops will be looking at you. I wish they would come for me. I told them, yes, I had something to do with her death. I was so nice to her, I made her feel comfortable fucking over the next guy. And she learned the next guy wasn't as nice as me. If something happens to her, I'll be doing the Snoopy dance. Happy dance. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. I learned that this hospital had a bad reputation, and it was coming from the employees. Here comes head psycho with 2 other head shrinks. What are you here for? That's for you to tell me. What do you feel? I don't feel anything emotionally, except for rage. 24/7, 365, at 1,000,000%. And if you think there's something wrong with that, then you're the one with the problem. Do you want to talk about how you're feeling right now? What's to talk about, Doc? I'm a lie-busting, narcissist-fighting vigilante. I told him my story. How long ago did this happen to you? About 1.5 years. The psychiatrist that brought you here said you wanted to kill Lilith. No! I said I wanted to kill Lilith. Big difference. Thus began the great debate between us. And as you know, I better win this one because my life's on the line and my credibility and reputation. Just because a person wants to kill someone doesn't mean they're going to kill them. Just because a person turns violent doesn't mean they're a violent person. It means that the individual that has been driven to a certain point where they feel violated. Violated. New York term for doing something that causes a beatdown. That's the case here. If you had a chance to do something to her, what would you do? I would turn Candace's face to black and blue face. But she's in Texas and I'm in New York. If I wanted to get her, I would have got her already. That psychiatrist that brought me here is a quack when it comes to narcissism. Quack doctor. A person who pretends to have knowledge they don't possess. And I'm going to prove it to you. There's not one person that was disrespected to the levels I was that didn't want to kill their mate. Ask anyone in jail that committed a crime of passion. Not only did I not touch her, I didn't say not one word to her. I just walked away. Hey, Doc. I see you have a wedding band on your finger. You're a married man. If I was to fuck your wife, and while you knew I was fucking her, I called you and told you she was in good hands, do you think you could do what I did? Dumbfounded stare. I catch people creeping, lying, and cheating in relationships, and coach people on how to walk away and move on after breakups without getting themselves into trouble. And I do this by example. I'm holding conventions for people like you who don't understand the nature of a survivor. Because if you did, I would never be here. Immediately, Doc gets up. You don't belong here. I'm releasing you. I guess the thought of me fucking his wife was too much for him. Booyah! For a brief moment, I felt pride. I'm super proud of myself for being such a good teacher, obviously. It was like the world wasn't all darkness anymore. I stood up to an experienced psychologist and won. Why hasn't anyone fist bumped me yet? Doc says, it's time to stop this unhealthy behavior. Take responsibility for your life. You can spend the rest of your life alone, listening to angry music and staying up all night. Yes, I can. I'm Love Doctor. Do you think it's time that you finally face your greatest fear? Andrew, listen. Your greatest fear is to love again. You're going to have to forgive Lilith to get better. What? No! I don't want to do that. Meet new people. No, no, no. Start having sex. No, no, no. Get a new girlfriend. No, 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 no. Hell no! By the way, where's that doctor that brought me here? I didn't get a chance to thank her. Whoops-a-daisy! So, she thinks I'm nuts.
Stop him before he starts singing!
In the darkest night, I make narcissists fall. There's a million coaches on YouTube, but I'm the best of them all. Who has the coolest phrases? Andrew! Who's the funniest guy? Andrew! Who always tells the truth? Andrew! Na 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 na! Andrew! Yeah! Andrew! Da 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 da! Andrew! Various things were done wrong with these therapists. I was supposed to be spoken to in a private setting. Because of an overcrowded ER, I was conversing in the midst of everyone, which was a breach of patient confidentiality. You can walk out of an ER, but you cannot walk out of a psych ward. The moment you are admitted in that psych ward, they can call the police to come get you. Red flag! If you can't be honest with your therapist without the fear of being admitted to a psych ward, run! How is a therapist going to help you and you're holding back information because you're afraid of what they may think? If you get admitted to a psych ward, all they're going to do is sedate you for 72 hours. And if you are not sedated, you are walking around like a zombie. Therapists are supposed to be empathetic. They can't comprehend. If they can't comprehend how you feel, find a new therapist. There's a well-known therapist I went to on YouTube for help. And that bitch was calling me a fraud. And told other therapists not to help me. And this is a fucking doctor. Ain't that some bullshit? I'm going to end this video with this passage from my book. People always suggesting that you write down how you feel. Saying it will make you feel better. I'm telling you from experience, this is true. I also believe people say this only because it sounds good. But when you actually write down your feelings, and those very same people that read it will think you're crazy. What did they think was going to happen? Clean thoughts was going to be expressed? No, that's not how it works. 99% of the time when someone gets dumped, they're pissed. The dumpy is pissed. The point of writing a closure letter is to purify the soul. So even if you feel like you want to kill the person, don't do it. I just had to say that for the people who are looking for an excuse. Write those feelings down, all of them. The writer won't feel better if he or she holds back on some feelings that stifles him or her. What is the purpose of writing those feelings on paper if you aren't going to be honest with yourself? I have found that the nastier and more honest you are on paper, the cleaner you will feel inside. If you are cleaning a window and you miss a spot, the window is still dirty, right? The window remains dirty until the spot gets wiped up. Same principle here. When you're writing a closure letter, be thorough. Same principle applies to therapists. The purpose of speaking with a therapist is to purify the soul while being coached on how to deal with your issues. Nothing more, nothing less. Red flag! If you can't tell your therapist anything, run! Red flag! If you are not comfortable with your therapist, run!